guys, I just wanted to do another unboxing. I got my Farm Life, I think that's the name of the collection, order from Not2Shabby, and I got some extra stuff here that I think this is mostly some reorders of some stuff they had released last summer, but we will see. Well, we can all be surprised together. It comes in bubble wrap, which I really like. And this kind of bubble wrap with, well, this actually has some tape on it, but um, don't throw away your bubble wrap. You can do some really interesting techniques by, we'll just not look at this. I'm closing my eyes. We'll not look at this for the moment. And yeah, so this is the Lakeside collection. This is the Lakeside collection, which I picked up. And basically, it is very pool themed. So let's take a little bit of a look at the ephemera, and then we can look at the paper. You see, it's an interesting collection to me, especially with the ephemera, because a lot of it is sort of designed like you're looking at things from overhead. There's a whole hop if you want to look at this, but like for example, like this is like a aerial view of a palm tree, and you have the same thing with some of the oh, that's a bad example, but with like the beach towels and the various ladies. So like it's really kind of interesting that you can do sort of an overhead scene because you don't see that very much. So that's mostly why I picked this up, other than like I've been in a super summer mood for the latest I don't know how long, and I guess ever since it was like a cool spring. But like, let's take a look at this. This is just a whole bunch of summer stuff, and as people remarked last time, the paper does have a very nice sheen to it. It's probably about, oh, I don't know, like a 60 or 70 pound sort of card weight. So you have a lot of very pooly themed things in beach, but you also have these really neat like abstract pages in here as well. So it's all this kind of like, it's a very pink and blue vibe, which is kind of my thing. So I picked this up, and I was excited to see that. So I will put that over to the side. And I haven't tried this technique yet, but basically you can use ink on this and then press it to do some interesting background techniques. So I'm probably going to save this bubble wrap and try doing that. Gina K did a whole bunch of cards with that stuff, and that is, of course, very exciting to me. And let us grab the big box, which is, I guess, exactly the same size as the Box of the Month box. But I was really excited that they had released a Junior Box of the Month recently, because there were, like, I really liked their Box of the Month, but it turns into a lot of products, so I thought it was a pretty cool idea to have sort of a Junior Box that was somewhere, oh, I don't know, a little, for folks who didn't want, like, a ton of product. I mean, I think, let us, again, get our invoice out of the way, because we don't want to read that, and then we will put this here, and we will see what we got. It feels very loaded, so that's always fun. Some of this stuff is Box of the Month, some of it is not. I picked up last month Patriotic Inks Pad, because it looked really cool, and I might be doing a live stream that's patriotically inspired. These are a lot. Pink and Main also released a pad similar to this, where you have some very sort of alcohol inky vibe patterns. So obviously in red, white, and blue, gold, you know. So this will be a lot of fun to play with this time of year. And I think I picked up ephemera that went with that, maybe somewhat. Here we go. So this is the ephemera pack that goes with it, which basically has very celebratory pugs, which was mostly why I bought it. It also has some of the female characters as well. You can't, if I can grab one. If not, we will. I don't see one close at hand, but maybe. And there's, flags and other things. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is cool. This is like a sentiment. Yeah, there we go. Very cool. Happy 4th of July. The flag and the red, white, and blue. Anyway, so I got this mostly because I have a friend who loves pugs and wanted to make a patriotic pug-related card. And then I bought some more because, why wouldn't I? Because I love enamel dots. I have enamel dots on my desk all the time. It's just sort of crazy. But I picked up more of the these are glitter sparkle ones that are very much in a summer color palette. So anyway, that's going right in the box of embellishments that's right by my desk. So anyway, onto the 3 subscription products. So this is the stamp. I didn't pick up the die because scan and cut. Um, but these are the Donut Fun stamp set, I believe. I never know if there's the actual name of the stamp set on here. It is telling me it's a choking hazard, so I best not eat it. Anyway, these are some cute animal donuts. There's just a normal donut, but then you have the panda and the cat, which I'm very excited about. Also a bear and a fox. And there's a lot of sentiments. And if you remember from Valentine's Day, I have a lot of cat scrappiness donut builder stuff. So I mean, I feel like these collections overlap quite a bit. So I mean, like, in that you could probably use donut sentiments with each. But anyway, speaking of donuts, we move along to the paper pad of the month. Let's just open this one up, which I picked up almost exclusively for the donut paper. If you've seen the promos, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you will see them now. So there's this awesome summer donuts pad, in gingham, which is my favorite print. But anyway, I just love these pineapples so much. They are so freaking cute. I wish I had a stamp of them. Tropical leaves, various donut types. There is a cut apart, which I think will be very skin and cut friendly, but time will tell. The one thing about skin and cut is the sentiments can be a little weird. You may need to pull those into Canvas Workspace if you want to cut those up. But I've seen some cool projects on their videos, I think, using some of these patterns. I mean, this is a really cool, just like, this thing's basically a card if you cut it down. So, I mean, there's a lot of neat stuff like that. So, and then there are the some things using all the donut critters. I do like the flamingo. Oh, I'm glad the flamingo is here. I'm glad all the donut characters in the stamp set are on the cut aparts. Anyway, that's mostly what I got it for, but there's a card series that went live today using this summer gingham, which is basically what you'd expect, right? It's gingham in a whole bunch of colors. There's a spring gingham pad that you probably saw me playing with, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, which is very similar, except in a lighter color palette as one might expect for spring. So this is the junior box, which you can't really tell because it still looks like a ton of stuff. But this is essentially one of the 2 collections. So we have some little like clear dots. Oh, I hope they release these. Those are really cool. They're like the enamel dots, only totally clear, and candy because candy. And a very cute thank you note, as always comes in these things. And then the junior box comes with these 2 stamp sets. This is the Farm Builder background one, and then this is the more whimsical of the 2 animal sets. You have some very cute chickens, and it's almost like a chibi kind of design, where you have sort of that horse and the cows with the very large heads and sort of I don't know, marshmallowy bodies. I feel like Disney released a whole line of toys that were like that, but anyway. And then you have this background stuff, which I'm probably more interested in the backgrounds. Oh, and this is kind of a cool thing where you have this sign, and then some of the small sentiments like Farm Fresh and Howdy will actually fit on the sign, which is really cool. I had a Thanksgiving stamp set that worked that way too. And then you basically get all the coordinating stuff. Um, the ephemera that's in the exact same design as the stamp set. Maybe not exact same design, but a very similar art style. And let me move this out of the way. I always forget I drove somebody nuts by like having a box that was like 3/4 of the screen for like one of the unboxing videos. Anyway, um, so yeah, so you have the cute ball, you have sort of a wood grain pattern, a turkey, this sunflower pattern. I really like this pattern a lot. I'm a big fan of sunflowers. A couple different, I think, background scenes. This again is kind of like the one we looked at in the donut builder, where it's just sort of a whole scene ready to go. Yeah, so this farm scene basically, you can just not even need to do much to it. I mean, you basically have a card, and then all you really need to do is add a focal point. Or, I mean, depending on how you added this, you could probably get almost two cards out of this. Because sort of this is, you could have sort of a logical dividing line sort of in the middle of the pad. Or do more of a landscape and have a lot more stuff in the foreground, depending on what you like. And then the barn and a few other things. So yeah, that's basically what I picked up, which is a lot of stuff. Um, the other thing that's neat is Sweet Sentiment did a farm stamp as well, so I think that would coordinate well with a lot of these papers if you wanted to do more of a hybrid project. Wow, words today. Because I think like especially the scene pattern paper, like I think that sort of a Sweet Sentiment person would fit in here pretty well. The stature would be a little weird, but I think like it's sort of a whimsical uh, scene anyway, and then it's like obviously a barn is taller than it's like you're almost down, sort of looking up at stuff. So it's not like a completely straight perspective. So I think it would still work out fine. And I don't know how many people are like that hung up on like if the lines line up. So that was Junior Box. This was the paper pads this month, and then this is the donut stamp. So all this is brand new stuff this month. I'm most excited about the donut stamp because the panda looks really cute, especially if you stamped it in like a ginger ink or something. Anyway, I have been rambling far too long, but that's the stuff I picked up, and you'll probably see a lot of it this weekend. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.